Cold Reckoning presents. He left me for someone younger, so I let him go. He looked me in the eyes and said she made him feel alive again. And I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I didn't even ask her name. I just nodded, and I let him go. Everyone thought I lost. People said it out loud, in the comments, in the group chats, at the family dinner table. She let a good man walk. He upgraded, she's going to regret it. Maybe they were right. Or maybe they had no idea what was coming next. 6 years, we built something real, or I thought we did. His name was Daniel, and for 6 years I was his biggest supporter, his alarm clock, his anchor, his everything. While he chased promotions, I held the house together. While he went out with friends, I stayed in, building the kind of stability he said he always wanted. I thought that was love. I thought loyalty looked like sacrifice. I thought if I kept my head down and worked hard enough, he'd see it, he'd see me. But somewhere along the way, I stopped being the exciting part of his life. I became the expected part. And when she showed up, 24, spontaneous, with nothing to lose, he chose the thrill over the truth. I remember every detail of that night. The rain on the window, the half-eaten dinner going cold, the way he couldn't quite look at me when he said it. He said he needed something different, something lighter. He said I was too serious, too focused on the future. He said, and I'll never forget this, "You make everything feel like work." And for a second, I wanted to collapse. I wanted to fight. I wanted to ask what I did wrong, what I could fix, how I could be what he needed. But then, something shifted. Deep inside me, a voice, quiet, certain. "Don't you dare beg for what should have been freely given." So I took a breath, I stood up straight, and I said, "Okay, then go." Before I continue, if you've ever been in a moment like that where you had to choose between your pride and your peace, this channel is for you. Hit subscribe right now. New stories drop every week, real, raw, and completely worth your time. And share this video with someone who needs to hear it today. You might not know who, but they'll know. The first month was hard. I won't sugarcoat it. I cried in the shower. I stared at my phone. I checked his Instagram more than I'd ever admit. But then I did something I hadn't done in 6 years. I asked myself, what do you want? Not what he needed, not what made him comfortable, not what would keep the peace. What did I want? And the answer surprised me. I wanted to move. I'd always dreamed about a different city, a fresh start, but had put it off because Daniel had his job, his friends, his roots here. So I went. I took the promotion I'd been turning down for 2 years. I moved 300 miles away. I signed a lease on an apartment that was mine, every corner of it, mine. I started running. I started cooking the food I liked. I started reading again. I started sleeping through the night. I didn't know it yet, but I was becoming someone I'd never met before. The woman I was supposed to be all along. Meanwhile, Daniel's new life wasn't quite the fantasy he'd imagined. She was exciting, yes, but she was also 24, still finding herself, still inconsistent, still learning what she wanted. He started missing the stability, the dinners that were ready, the calm that comes with someone who actually has it together. Word got back to me, through mutual friends, through the quiet network that always knows everything, that things had gotten rocky, that she'd left him for someone her own age. That he was alone, that he was different now, quieter, more thoughtful, more like someone who'd lost something valuable, and finally understood what it was worth. We're almost at the part you came here for. But real quick, if you're finding value in this story, please subscribe to Cold Reckoning. Every single story on this channel is designed to remind you of your own worth. Don't miss the next one. It was a Tuesday evening. I was at my new desk, in my new city, finishing a report for a job I actually love. My phone lit up. His name. After 18 months of silence, his name. "Hey, I've been thinking a lot. About us. About what I threw away. I know I don't deserve another chance, but I had to reach out. You were the best thing in my life, and I was too blind to see it." I read it once, twice, 3 times. And then, for the first time in a long time, I laughed. Not out of cruelty, not out of anger, but out of the purest clarity I'd ever felt in my life. Because the woman who would have taken him back in a heartbeat, she no longer lived here. She moved out the day I said, "Okay, then go." I typed my reply, 6 words. "I really hope you find peace." And I put the phone face down. And I kept working. This isn't a story about revenge. It's not about winning. It's about something harder and more beautiful than that. It's about the moment you stop shrinking yourself to fit into someone else's life. The moment you choose your own expansion over someone else's comfort. Everyone said I lost. But losing him was the only way I found myself. And some days, the best thing that can ever happen to you is the person who leaves. If this story moved you, share it. Someone in your life needs to hear it today. Subscribe to Cold Reckoning for new stories every week. We'll see you in the next one.